A very good morning, students. So today we are going to do an air crew assignment problem. This too have very much importance in our examinations. Sometimes that can came into your examination, and the only difficulty that we guys are going to face while solving this problem is the formation of the matrix, the table which you use to solve your assignment problem. In this case, you guys have a timetable. Usually in the questions you guys will have a timetable, and from that timetable you will have to frame a matrix. And the only difficulty that you guys are going to face, that is the matrix. The time this question will take is the only matrix. So let's start this question, but before starting the question, let's understand how to read it and how you can frame the matrix. And formation of the matrix is a part of this question or this kind of problem. So there is some airline which have you can say two places from where it is operating. Usually it happens with airlines that they have some base in a city, or you can say in a state, and from where they are dealing they have second base in that particular state or in that city. So for here, this is Indian Airline, or you can say right is XYZ Limited. I'm writing it as a Indian Airline. So this airline has a base in Delhi. It is operating from Delhi to Kolkata and from Calcutta to Delhi. So now how to frame the matrix? So you can see that flight number 1, 2, 3, flight number 101, 2, 3, the flights which are operating from means the which are starting departure. Here Delhi D means departure from Delhi. Arrival A4 means arrival at Calcutta. Again flight departure from Calcutta, arriving at Delhi. So the flights which are, you can say, boarding from Delhi, the flights which are boarding from Delhi to Calcutta, so they are boarding from Delhi at 7 a.m. and departing from Delhi at 7 a.m. and arriving at Calcutta airport at 9 a.m. Okay, in the same way, these are the flight numbers on the basis of they are operating from Delhi, and these are the flight numbers on the basis of if they are operating from Calcutta. Okay, so what usually happens in the case of airlines with you can say the airline, we have some crew members which are traveling along with passengers. And what happens, once they reach at the destination, they get some time to get relief, or you can say have some resting period, and for that time they stay at that airport, and thereafter they return in the airlines. And again, when the flight, you can say, board from or depart from Delhi, when it comes from that particular Calcutta, then it has a name of 10102. The name will be here different. If it is its origin is from Delhi, it will flight number will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and if it has an origin from Calcutta, the flight number will be 101, 2, 3, 4. So if a crew member, or you can say if a crew members group is moving in flight number 1, so that crew member group will have an option to return through 101, 2, 3, 4. Flight number 101, 102, 103, 104. Same, if the crew member flight number 2, if crew members of flight number 2 want to return, they will have the option from 101, 2, 3, 4. In the same way, as we were talking about the crew members who are departing from Delhi to Calcutta, in the same way the persons who are departing from Calcutta to Delhi will have an option to return from flight number 1, 2, 3, 4. Crew member of 101 will have an option to return from flight number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but usually what happens in airlines, there have a conditions, or you can say it is demanded by the employees or crew members, or that they are in need of a minimum layover time, means the time for their rest, so that they can do their work efficiently. So here is the minimum layover time. And what is the minimum layover time means that if they have reached at Calcutta airport, minimum layover time means 6 hours. Here it has been given. Thus what this minimum layover time is saying, that if they are reaching at Calcutta airport at 9 a.m., then they will move from that Calcutta airport in any flight after 6 hours, not before 6 hours. Is it okay? Not before 6 hours. So that is the fundamental of minimum layover time. So if there is any flight which is before 6 hours, then they cannot board at that flight on the very same day. They cannot board on that very flight on the same day. They will have to, suppose for the example, they have arrived in flight number 1 at 9 a.m. Okay, so minimum layover time is 6 hours. So 9 plus 6, 9 3 12, 12 3, that will be 3 p.m. So further they can move at 3 p.m. But the flight is moving, 101 flight is moving at 9 a.m. 102 is moving at 10 a.m. So if they want to go in that flight 101, 102, so they will have to wait for a lot of time, means you can say for next day, because that 9 a.m. again will come on a next day, that 10 a.m. again will come on a next day. So they will have to wait for next day. So we are going to count that time and we are going to choose each and every option. I know that it is not possible or it will not be good, because we have an 338, but it is required to calculate, because one crew member is going to come back in a one flight. It is not possible that the crew members of 4 planes are going to came in a one flight. In that case there will be a lack of seats for passenger. Okay, so let's try to frame the matrix. So we are going to frame our matrix, that is, we are going to frame 2 matrix, and thereafter we are going to derive our final matrix from these 2 matrix. So our first matrix is minimum layover time if crew is based at Delhi. Crew is based at Delhi means that the crew is from Delhi. So crew of Delhi has moved at 7 a.m. and arrived at 9 a.m. And when we are going to calculate that minimum layover time, we are going to see that you can say arrival at the Calcutta airport. If we are looking for crew based at Delhi, we are going to see arrival at Calcutta airport and departure from Calcutta airport, because our Delhi's crew member has arrived at Calcutta and they are going to return. So their arrival at Calcutta and their departure from Calcutta will be, arrival is first, thereafter departure. The minimum time difference between these two will be calculated. And when we are going to calculate if crew is based on Calcutta because they are reaching at Delhi, then the difference between arrival and departure from Delhi will be calculated. Okay, so let's start. Our crew is based from Delhi, so they have reached at Calcutta, and now let's see that what will be the minimum layover time. So our crew has been reached at the Calcutta at 9 a.m. Firstly I am looking for flight number 1. Here is flight number 1, because crew is based on Delhi. So they have arrived at 9 a.m. So is it possible for them to move in 101 on the very day? No, it is not possible. Reason being because they are arriving at 9 a.m. and minimum layover time is 6 hours, so they can move at only 9 plus 6, that is at 3 p.m. So if they want to move in this 101 number flight, they will have to wait for tomorrow. Okay, so means they had arrived at 9, and please here 3:30, and you will have to convert into these are 24 hours format. Okay, so that will be 12 plus 3 15 30, 12 plus 9 21 plus 30. Okay, in that way 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. So here it is 9 a.m. we have arrived at Calcutta airport, and now for us 9 plus 6 we can move at this point, but our flight is again moving at this point, so it means that we are moving at very next day. So this is the time waiting period, and this is the 9 to 9, that will be 24 hours. Okay, you can see arrived at 9. Now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 1 2 3 24 up to 9. So they will have to wait for 24 hours. Okay, again, if flight number 1's crew members want to move into flight number 102, in that case how much time they have to wait, or what will be the minimum, because waiting time is the minimum layover time. So that is, again, they are arriving at 9 but moving at 10, because on the same day it is not possible to move at 10 because their minimum layover time is expiring at this point. Okay, so 9 again 15 plus 9 24 plus 1 25. Is it okay? Next, again 9 to 3:30. So 9 to 3:30, and here the next flight is on the very day is here 3:30, and we have a minimum layover time up to 15. So here the next place, so we can move in this flight on the very same day. So the difference between this flight will be 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours. Okay, in the same way, if we are arriving at 9 a.m. in the morning and we are moving at 8 p.m. in the evening or in the night, so that will be 9 to 9:12, and that will be 11 hours. Is it okay? Now every option for flight number 1 has been written here. Then what will be the minimum layoff time for flight number 1's crew member if they are arriving in 101 flight, if 102 flight, if 103 number flight, if in the flight number 104. In the same way, we are going to write about flight number 2. The arrival at Calcutta airport is at 11 a.m. The arrival at Calcutta airport is 11 a.m. So if they want to move at 9 a.m. it is not possible because that is already passed away. This time has been passed away. So again the 9 will be of next day. So at 11 and 9 of the next day. So here it was 9 to 9:24. So if we are going to reduce 2, so that will be 22. That will be 20. So for our flight number 2, the next option is flight number 102. They are arriving at 11 a.m. and the 102 number flight is at 10 a.m. So it will again not possible because it is already gone away. Okay, so means the 10 will be off next day. So 11 to 11:24, but here is 1 hour less, so 24 minus 1, that will be 23. Here you can see 11 to 11:24, and the flight is at 10, so 1 hour has been deducted, so 23. Okay, next, third option for flight number 2's crew member is 103. So 11 a.m. is the arrival time and 3:30 p.m. in the evening. There is the, now let's see that whether we are fulfilling the condition of 6 hours. 11 to 1, so, and 3:30 means 15:30. 1 2 3 4, no, that is just 4.5. So it means again that 3:30 will be off next day. So 11 to 11:24 plus 1 2 3 4 and half, 24 plus 4 and half, 28 and half. Okay, have you guys got it? Next one is last option for flight number 2's crew member is to return in 104 number flight. So 11 a.m. is the arrival time, 1, and 8 means 12 plus 8, 20. So that is again 16 hours, 9 hours. So that is more than minimum lay hours, 6 hours. So we are going to return today. That is, we are arriving at in the morning 11 a.m. and move at 8 p.m. evening, because the difference between those two are more than 6. So we are not in need to wait for tomorrow. Okay, so 11 to 8, that is 9. Is it okay? Now next one is again for flight number 3's crew member, 3:30 p.m. the arrival. Is it possible for to move them at 9 a.m.? That will be the for sure that if they are coming in the evening, then 9 a.m. will be the next day. So 3:30 to 9 a.m. here, 3:30 arrival. So I'll check 9 a.m. Half, just for the time being letting it go half. 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. and there was half, 17 and half. That is the timing they will have to wait. The crew members of flight number 3 will have to wait for 17 and half hours to travel in this. So here will be minimum layover time for them will be 17.5. And in the same way, if they want to move into the flight number 102, that is again just 1 hour later, then so 17.5 will be converted into 18.5 because 1 hour will be added, because 9 to 10 we have calculated for 9 a.m. so 17.5 plus 1, 18.5. okay. Next they have a third option is 103, 3:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. It is not possible on a, if you are reaching at 3:30 p.m. and again just moving on the same day, it will be the next day. So 3:30 to 3:30, that will be 24 hours difference. Done. Okay. And again next option is 8. Let's check if it is possible to move today, otherwise we are going to move tomorrow. So 3:30 to 8, 8 means 20, half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and a half. No, it is not possible to move today, so again that 8 p.m. will be off tomorrow. So 3:30 to 3:30, 24, and 3:30 to 8, that is 4 and a half. So 24 plus 4 and a half will be 28.5. okay. In the same way we are going to calculate for flight number 4, and I'll do a little bit faster because 9:30 p.m. in the evening and 9 a.m. in the morning. So that will 9 to 9, 12, and minus 30 minutes, that is half an hour, 11.5. Again 9:30 to 10 a.m. 11 plus 1, 12.5. Next 9:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. to 9:30 a.m. 12, 12 plus 3, 12 to 12, 12, 9 to 12, 3 hours, 12 plus 3, 15 plus 3, 18, and 18 and half. That will be 18 and half. Next 9:30 to 8 p.m. 9:30 to 8 p.m. 9:30 to 9:30, because 8 p.m. is not possible. 8 p.m. will be off next day. 9:30 to 9:30, that is 24 hours minus 1.5 hours, that will be 22.5. So done. Our first matrix, which is minimum layover time if crew is based at Delhi, has been done. We have formulated it. Now our next objective is to formulate our second minimum layover time matrix, and that will be on the basis of if crew is based on Calcutta. If the crew is based on Calcutta, so we are going to see the arrival time at Delhi, because Calcutta's crew has been moved to Delhi. Arrival time at Delhi, okay, and departure time at Delhi. So let's start. If flight number 100, and the matrix will remain same, flight number 101 crew members are arriving at 11 a.m. Is it possible to move them at 7 a.m.? No, it can't. It can't. So 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. 24 less 4 hours. Here it is. 11 a.m. will be 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. 24 less 4 hours, 7. So 24 minus 4, that will be 20. Here is. Now we will write column wise. Reason being because we are comparing 101 with 1, 2, 3, 4. Earlier we were comparing 1 with 101, 2, 3, 4. You guys will say, sir, please write 101, 2, 3. That will be complex for you. It's better, so use the same form of matrix. 20. Next, if 11 is going to move at 9 a.m. we are arriving at 11 a.m. and moving at 9 a.m. tomorrow. 11 to 11 again. 24 less 2 hours. 22 hours. Okay. Next one is 11 a.m. and they want to move at 1:30. So again it will not be possible on the same day, because 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. difference is 2.5 hours. So again that will be of next day. So 11 to 11:24, 11 to 11:24 plus 2.5, 1, 2.5. 24 plus 2.5, that will be 26.5. okay, done. Next one is, we have done 103. Next, 11 to 7:30 p.m. Now let's check, is it possible on the same day? 11 1 7:30 means 19.30. here it is. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, yes, condition has been satisfied at 17. So 6 7 8 9 9 9 9 and half, 9 and half, or what is it? 11 to 7:30, 11 to 12, 1 1 and 7 and half, that is 8.5, sorry, not 9.5, 8.5. okay, next we have done it is on the, for flight number 101. Now we will do it for the same flight number 102. okay, and this will again, let's check the difference between this. We have at flight number 12, so means if we are arriving at 12 noon, so our 1 hour will be reduced in each and every column in this value. Same 12 noon, here it is 12 noon to 7 a.m. Further, earlier we were for this column we were calculating for 11, so we are just going to reduce 1 hour. So please reduce the values of this 1 hour, but if at any point its value is going to reduce from 6, so please don't write that. So 20 minus 1, 19, because we are now calculating for 12 noon's flight, so that is 1 hour delayed from this one, later than this one. So our timing is, and the flights here, the timing of flights are same, so we have just reduced 1 hour. If we are moving in 102, we are going to reduce our 100, and if we are coming in flight number 102, we will have a 1 hour lesser as compared to 101. So that's why 19 21 25.5 8.7.5, that's done. okay, now let's check 5:30. You guys can, as I have done this, you guys can do the same thing here, but for that you will have to firstly calculate the difference as you were comparing it with them, then you will have to compare the difference between them. okay, so once you can calculate, the next one is, you are moving at 5:30 p.m. at 5:30. So if you want to again make an addition in this and this, so add 5:30 in reduce 5:30 from everyone, 5:30 from every single element. So because the difference between 12 and 5:30 is 5.5 hours, so the crew members who are arriving in 503 number flight will have lesser time of 5.5 hour to move in these flights. So let's check 5.5 hour, and let's check that should not be lesser than 6. Our answer should not be lesser than 6, otherwise we have to do calculations. So 19 minus 5:30, that will be 13 and 6, 19, 13 and a half, 13 and a half, reduce 6 and add 0.5, 6 15.5. That's the thing I am telling you, the shortcut, that how to calculate without you can say the calculation of time in this way is quite difficult, but once you can do, and you can make it simple. 25.5 minus 5.5, that will be 20. Now if you are going to reduce from 7.5 5.5, that will be 2, that will be 2. okay, so it means that 7.5 is of a next day. Sorry, means ki for this calculation we were doing 103 to 104, so means that 7:30 p.m. will be of next day. So what is the difference? Let's reduce 5:30 and add 24, so that will be 20. 5:30 has 5.5 has been reduced, that is 2.5, 2, that is 2, not 2.5, 2, and add 24 for the difference between and you can say a day, 26, or you can do calculation through time. As we have arrived at 3:30, here it is, and we are reaching at 7:30, so 2:30, 3:30 plus again 15, 3:30, 24, and 7:30 means here it is 3:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. 24 hours. okay, and we are moving at 7:30. We are moving at 7:30. Wait for a minute to do the calculations. Sorry, I have started calculated from here. 5:30 to 5:30, sorry, 5:30 to 5:30. Here it is 5:30, that is 24 hours plus 7:30, 2 hours has been added. So 24 plus 2, 26. Okay, so please, during the calculations, please have a focus on the value that from where you are calculating the time, otherwise your question is going to get wrong. Okay, and I have taken a pause just to see that whether I am making a mistake. And now 404, number 5 flight. So our next flight is flight number 104. If the crew members are coming in flight number 104, then at 10 p.m, sorry, again I was taking at 8 p.m, at 10 p.m, and they are coming at they are departing from their 7, the difference between this 10 to 10, again 10 p.m in the evening and 7 a.m in the morning. So 10 to 10, 12, and minus 3, 12 minus 3, that will be the 9, that will be the 9. Again 10 p.m to 9, so difference is going to raise, that is 9 to 11. Again 10 p.m to 11:30 p.m, so let's see, that will be 10 to 10, 12 hours, and again 2 and 3, 3 to 12, 3, 15.5. And next one is, if we are moving again from 10 to 7:30 p.m, so 10 to 10, 24, and minus 2.5, because that's at 10 minus 7:30, 10 minus 7:30, 2.5, 24 minus 2.5, that will be 21.5. Is it okay? Now we have ascertained minimum layover time if our crew is based at Calcutta. Now what to do next? Our next step is that we are going to derive our minimum layover matrix, which have a common minimum layover time for these different matrix as based at Delhi and based at Calcutta. Okay, so let's see how to frame our next matrix, that is a minimum layover time. We are going to choose the minimum from these two matrix. Let's see, at 1 and 101 point is, that is 24 and 20, whichever is minimum, this one. Okay, so we are going to write 20. Let's see, 25, 19, so 19 is the minimum, 19, 6.5 or 13.5, 6.5, 11 or 9, 9. Again in the second row, 22 or 22, same, 22, 23 or 21, 21. You can see. Next 28.5, 13.5, sorry, 15.5, 15.5, 9 and 11, 9, 9. Okay, next 17.5 or 26.5, 17.5, 18.5 or 25.5, 18.5, 24 or 20, 20, 28.5 or 15.5, 15.5, 11.5 or 8.5, 8.5, 12.5 or 7.5, 7.5, 18.5 or 26, 18.5. We are choosing the minimum from these matrix, 22.5 or 21.5, 21.5. So that will be our actual matrix. Okay, that will be our actual matrix. Now we are going to use our Hungarian assignment method on this matrix, okay. So students, I have copied the matrix which was here, that is for 101, 2, 3, 4 number flight, and the combination with 101, 2, 3, 4 number flight. This matrix has been copied here. same as it was here. Okay, so let's sort this out, that how to solve it further. These steps are same as we have done in our earlier minimization problems. First step is row reduction. Second step is column reduction. So let's firstly do row reduction. So our first row is, that is 1. So what is the smallest element? 6.5. so after row reduction the values will be 101, 102, 3, 4. These are the flight numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4. So smallest element has been reduced from 20 minus 7, 13.5. I am reducing 7 and thereafter adding 0.5. 13.5. 19 minus 7, 12.5. 9 minus 7, 2. 6.5 minus 6.50. 9 minus 7, 2.5. Again, the smallest element from this row is 9. 22 minus 9, 13. 21 minus 19, 12. 15.5 minus 9, 6.5. 9 minus 9, 0. Again, the smallest element from this row is 15.5. So 17.5 minus 15.5, 2. 3. 4.5, 0. The smallest element is in this row is 7.5. So 1, 0, 11. Again, that is 14. Done. So we have done our row reduction. So our next step will be the column reduction. So let's do the column reduction. So column reduction: 101, 102, 103, 104. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the smallest element is the column number 1 is 1. 12.5. 13 minus 1, 12. 1, 0. The values in other columns will remain same, as we have zeros as the smallest element. So 12.5, 12, 3, 0, 0, 6.5, 4.5, 11, 2.5, 0, 0, 14. Done. Now what we have to do, we have to make an assignment in this, and the way of assignment you guys know very well, that we are going to find single zeros in first row, first column, second row, second column, third row, third column. So let's do it. So is there any single zero in first row? Yes, here it is. We had made an assignment and we are going to cross every single zero present corresponding to in the column. Done. So no zero, so we are not going to cross it. First column, yes, here it is. So we have make an assignment and crossed every single zero corresponding to it. Done. Second row, is there any single zero? Yes, we had made an assignment and crossed every single zero corresponding to it. Now you can see that each and every single zero is whether assigned or whether it have been crossed. So let's see that whether we have reached our solution or not. Number of assignments are 1, 2, 3, and number of columns and rows are 1, 2, 3, 4. So means number of assignments are not equal to number of rows or column. It means that we are not arrived at a solution. So what's next? We are going to improve our solution. How to improve it? We are going to draw minimum lines which will cover the zeros. And how to draw? Let's start. So mark the row which do not have any assignment. We have marked it. Have a look in this row. Is there any zero crossed? Yes. So mark that column. We have marked it. Now look in this column. Is there any assignment? Yes. Mark that row. Now again look in this row. Is there any zero crossed? No. So we cannot further do marking. Now let's cover the, or you can say draw the lines. Draw the lines through unmarked row and marked column. Here it is. Done. Now what to do next? We are going to reduce our smallest element from the uncovered elements, and we are going to add that smallest element into the intersection point, and let the other value of the matrix or elements of the matrix remain same. So let's do it. 101, 102, 103, 104, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 12.5 will remain same. 12.5, 12.5 will remain same. 0. Here the smallest element is 1. I earlier have got it, but I had marked it. So 2.15 2.5 plus 1, 3.5, 3.5. Again 12 minus 1, 11. 12 minus 1, 11. 6.5 minus 5.5, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. 3 minus 1, 2. 4.15, 4.5 minus 1, 3.5. 0 will remain same. 0, 0, 0, 11. 14 plus 1, 15. Now let's again make the assignment. Is there any single zero in the first row? Yes, we are going to make an assignment and we will cross every single zero corresponding to it. Next, first column, is there any single zero? No. Second row, is there any single zero? Yes. So we are going to make an assignment and we are going to cross every single zero present here. Done. Now second column, is there any single zero? Yes, we are going to make an assignment to this and we will cross every single zero present in the row or corresponding to that assignment. Done. And again, lastly, you have a single zero here, so you can make an assignment to this. We had made an assignment. Now check that whether we have reached our solution or not. Let's see. Number of assignments are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is equal to number of rows or column 4. So number of assignments are equal to number of rows or column. Number of rows or column. Those are 4 is equal to 4. So we are at our solution. And how to write this solution? So crew members of flight number 1, I am writing flight number 1 crew member will be crew members of flight number 1 will be assigned to flight number 303. Same, flight number 2's crew members will be assigned to flight number 104. Again, flight number 3's member will be assigned to flight number 101. Flight number 4's member will be assigned to flight number 102, and their minimum layover time will be from the original matrix. Original matrix is here, that is minimum layover time. The matrix which we were using, we have developed. I'm writing it here for your convenience. So flight number 1 to flight 103, minimum layover time is 6.5. Flight number 2 has been assigned to flight number 4, 9 hours. Flight number 3 has been assigned to 101, 17.5 hours. Flight number 4 has been assigned to 102, 7.5. So let's see total minimum layover time: 9, 6, 15, 7, 22, 22, 32, 32 and 7, 39, 40, 40.5. So that is minimum layover time, minimum layover or layover time. Okay, that will be the minimum resting period. Okay, so that is our answer. So that is the way how we are going to solve our air crew assignment problem. So for the time I am placing this full values here. Okay, have a good day.